What is your name and tell us your position?
The name is Bellina Mangena. I'm a priest in the Anglican Diocese of Natal and an archdeacon in the region of Umsunduzi in the Pietermaritzburg area.
And you've been involved in planning this conference, so your involvement goes back well before we've actually started today. Is it unfolding in a way you could have imagined?
No, when I came here on Monday, I was absolutely overwhelmed. I mean, I knew it was coming, I knew people were coming, and I was seeing names on the email, but when I actually saw the people, it felt differently overwhelming.
And since we've gotten going, do you feel a sense now of regularity and then sort of being involved in something that's unfolding in the right way?
Yeah, I think today is the best day. I mean, the second day is always the best day when people have gone past sussing each other out and finding out who people are and getting upset with people for having changed their tops because then you can't recognize them. But with more conversations, and especially the small groups, we're getting to get beyond the Episcopalians or the people from the north. You're beginning to relate to people as people. So it's becoming more consultative than just coming to listen to some people.
Along those lines, I was going to ask you, if there were presentations or anything that stood out for you. I'm still kind of asking the same question, but if you want to talk about the Bible study or the small group as what stood out, feel free. So what has stood out for you so far?
The presentation we had this morning from this young man from Zimbabwe who's just gotten his PhD really stood out for me in his childlike innocence of stating things as he sees them, both as an academic and also remaining as somebody who remains grounded in their context. And still in that childlike mode, he asks questions. I think a lot of us, older priests and practitioners in the church, sort of ask within ourselves and are not able to ask other people, lest we seem to have lost the plot, but he just put it out there. And he also, in his innocence, was saying things that some people, we might think, is it really proper to say it this way? His criticism of either side, he says just as he says it. So for me, it was really a breath of fresh air.
What have the interactions been like in your Bible study or your small group?
I really appreciate the fact that for the Bible study groups, we've kept to the same group of people. The group has stayed the same. Because then, when people have been together for more than a day, the masks begin to fall off, and people begin to share of themselves. For instance, in this morning's Bible study group, somebody shared in a way I thought was very trusting, in a way that has an element of abandoning oneself into this group. And for me, it was with an assurance that they were being embraced and whatever they shared was going to remain in there. But I just thought, this person is more trusting than I would have expected people to be. And that for me says, whatever people don't do or don't take away from the space, it's provided a safe space, which we need a great deal.
Have people spoken to you about what kind of experiences they're having and what has really lit them up the most?
When we have meals, again, the free movement, I make a point of sitting with different people, and there's lots of aha moments with people. Some people are just fascinated with the sea in Africa. Some other people are fascinated with seeing real Americans live. And also what I've really appreciated here is there is none of this hush-hush, won't make reference to your perceptions of North Americans or what people expected of Africa. People have been, in a very honest and sensitive way, expressed their surprises and, yeah.
What would you like to see come out of this? Where should we take this next?
It's always easy to, when you leave a conference to say, I want us to have another one. But for me, there's a stronger sense of just without even the conversations, just the kind of environment that's been created. I wish each and every one of us here would to carry that into their parishes, their schools, wherever it is, whichever their sphere of influence is, and just be able to create a space where people can be who they are. And people create, I mean, like we had at this Bible study this morning, where somebody was free to share. Nobody had said, you've got to share so much of yourself. But the atmosphere was created that just allowed it. And I think we need a lot of that, where we stop looking at people as, are they gay, are they lesbian? Suddenly it didn't matter in this group. And I'd really love for us to carry that. And one of the things that's really stayed with me with this process is everybody, I assume, has their perceptions of what a gay man should look like. And being in this group here, that myth, if that's what we'd like to call it, has been completely shattered, because these are nice, priestly people in the normal, whatever normal is sense. And so for me, there's the need to be open to move away from stereotypes, and also allowing people to be who they are without reservation. I think that would be lovely to take away from here, that when I meet somebody in the street, I shouldn't assume because they're wearing a pink shirt that they are gay. And there shouldn't even be a concern. I mean, I don't know how other people have felt about it, but for me, I've just been saying Jim, I've been saying Sam, I've been saying Stig, and there hasn't even been the concern. I mean, this is a consultation on human sexuality, but there hasn't even been the concern. Is he or isn't he? These just have been brothers and sisters